Remote mines are the bread and butter of Techies' arsenal at this point, due to the nerfs of the hero. This ability alone makes him like a monstrous threat to enemy carries, supports, everyone in the game. It kind of carries him, right? The ability is upgradable by Aghanim Scepter. It essentially grants another rank of the ability, almost like a rank 4, plus adding some cast range bonus. Now I'm going to show you here real quick kind of what that looks like. So as you can see, just starting from here, how far that really goes. And that's with Aghanims, and then if you pick up a lens, you'll really see that both of them together add a lot to this ability. You can start really chucking them into team fights instead of pre-planning and setting them up. So I talk about this in the item build video, but make sure that you're using remote mines, especially when you have Aghanims and or lens, to team fight well. You can place these remotes very deeply into the enemy lines and do a ton of damage. It goes up to 750. Now, something I want to talk about real quick. You guys might notice, you may not, if you say have a remote mine stack. Okay, now I'm just doing a circle to give you guys a nice visual representation of this. You are going to notice that this stack will not blow up at the same time, and you're going to wonder why that is. Now, I have them all selected, and I'm going to press Q, which means they're all going to blow up. Watch closely. Did you see how they went around in the ring? That is because when you have them all group selected like that, they do not blow up instantly. They blow up in some weird order. Sometimes it's a little random, sometimes it is in the order that you grouped and created them with. A little weird, I know. There is a way around that. And the way around that is with this focus detonate ability. It actually causes them to all go off at once. You're probably wondering, why does it matter? It does matter, because I have missed countless kills because I have kind of been stuck in the, I have them grouped, I need to use the Q function to blow them up. The enemy is an anti-mage or a quap or anyone, they can get out during that tiny window of the remote mines blowing up. I have missed kills that way, I assure you. So something to look for is if you have a single stack all the way out by itself, that you are using focus detonate to blow it up, because it just goes off faster, right? You have less of a chance of the enemy getting away. Now, some of you guys probably read the patch notes. You'll notice that the landmines, we're going to go back to this real quick, are not stacking up perfectly. Okay, this was changed, but it was not changed for remote mines. Remote mines can still be stacked, and the way that I do this is I select my hero. I've got my remote mines down, right? Just one is required for this, so we'll just do it on a new stack. Select your remote mine by clicking Shift and left click. There you go. And now it creates a little portrait, and you want to cast on that portrait. So you select cast, click on that portrait, it goes right to that remote mine. And why is that important? Two reasons. One, it concentrates your firepower. Techies doesn't, you know, if I spread my remote mines out all over the place, it's not going to do 5,000 damage, you know, over here or something like that. It's going to do all that damage right in the area that they're all centered at, right? You don't want to spread it out. You don't want to miss a kill because you didn't have your mines spread. So that's something to watch out for. Make sure you're not goofing that up. Also, most importantly, I would say about that is what looks more intimidating to the enemy when they see it. Because something you don't want to do is intimidate the enemy most of the time. You don't want them scared of what you have. As techies, you want them to assume you have nothing most of the time. We might talk about that in the strategy video a little bit. But here we have a remote mine stack, right? To the enemy, they don't know how many remotes are there. It could just be a couple. But we know there are a ton there. And that would kill anybody. So they kind of don't realize just how bad it is. Whereas you put the same amount of mines, right? Enemy goes up, or rather sentries this. They see this. That's quite a few mines. That'll definitely kill me. This, on the other hand, to the untrained eye, looks like much less.